With Rob Lewis, Brent Hubbs, Volquest.com. It's time for the Exterior Home Solutions Fast Break as Tennessee goes on the road to the ever-popular San Antonio, Texas to play Raleigh's NC State Wolfpack, but Tennessee gets the win 79-70. And Rob Lewis, the veteran, showed up for Tennessee, and that's what has to happen on road games, and that's exactly what happened tonight, starting with Josiah Jordan James.
Yeah, great night for Josiah. Just tied a career high with 23, was lights out from 3-point range at 5 of 7, and that wasn't an empty, hollow 23 points. I mean, he got some big buckets late. He was 4-4 at the line in the final 5 or 6 minutes. He hit 2 big threes. One that took it, broke a 60-60 tie, and then another one a few minutes later that made it a 7-point game. So, can't say enough about Zakai or about Josiah. And then Zakai, if he's not all the way back over, then look out, SEC. I mean, if there's more there than what he showed tonight. I mean, he was really good, and it wasn't just the number. I mean, 20 points, 8 assists. I mean, that's big time. But really, I mean, some of the plays you saw him making on the defensive end were just the kind that torment, opposing backcourts. He blew up NC State's final possession of the first half when they could have potentially got off a tying 3-pointer with a great steal, and opened the second half up with a steal in the backcourt that led to a 3-pointer from Josiah that really quickly made it an 8-point game. So just impressed with both those guys. And I guess we're going to segue into this. Tennessee needed him because for the first time all year, Dalton Knecht, just had an off night. I mean, I don't know if off night sums it up.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, obviously, NC State had game plan for him. They were looking for that left hand in the paint and stripped him multiple times in there and guarded the 3-point line against him very well. It was very clear they were going to make somebody else beat them other than Dalton Knecht. And that's what good teams do defensively, and then that's what good teams do in the counter is somebody else has to step to the forefront. And obviously, you mentioned those guys in terms of Zakai and Josiah Jordan James, who obviously did that. I thought 2 other guys who didn't score a ton of points but showed up big time was what Jemiah Mashack did and what Tobey Awaka did tonight. Just to me, Mashack, when there's offense coming from other places, feels like Rick Barnes can just play him a lot more and obviously leaned on his defense down the stretch. That was a huge steal he had against DJ Burns late down the stretch when Tennessee put the game away.
Yep, strip DJ in the paint there, and Jemiah, and he did. He wasn't prolific by any means, but he chipped in with 11 points, and that was timely. I mean, it's the first time he's been in double digits this season. But you're right. I mean, what he brought to the court, defensively, the way Tennessee switches on the perimeter, it's hard to ever say that one guy, shut out or shut down another opposing player. But it looked to me like Jemiah and Josiah were probably getting the most work on DJ Horn, who, I mean, that's a great story. I mean, that kid comes out, lights Tennessee up in the first 6 minutes, has 11 points, and then gets 5 the last 34 minutes of the game. I mean, I thought Tennessee really did a nice job of identifying him and shutting him down. But Tobey was a monster. I mean, he played 18 minutes and gets 12 rebounds. Just ridiculous. He was on the floor for only 18 minutes, but had the highest plus minus of anybody on the team. Tennessee was plus 12 in the 18 minutes he was on the court. That's substantial. And half his rebounds were offensive. 6 of them came on that end.
Yeah, it's amazing just how he can find and track the basketball the way that he can in a variety of different ways. He had a couple that were batted out that he didn't get credit for the offensive rebound, but he created that offensive rebound. So big picture, Rob, what do you take away from Tennessee? This is another battle-tested win. I mean, you go to Wisconsin and win. You beat Illinois at home. Okay, this may not be a great NC State team. They may not win they're not going to win the ACC, but they're salty. I thought this was a pretty solid performance for Tennessee tonight. I think there was several positive things for Rick Barnes to take away. Yeah, they missed too many layups, but they only had 11 turnovers against a pressure team. They handled the full court press well, and they made their free throws. I thought their calmness tonight stood out to me in this basketball game, particularly in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I was going to make the note that it's tied 60-60 with about a little over 7 minutes left. And, NC State goes 1 for 7 after that, before they hit that 3 that was meaningless. Well, I guess meaningless unless you had Maybe unless you're a Tennessee supporter tonight. But they get that 1-3 at the end. But it's Tennessee locked them down defensively after it was tied. Just calm, and the maturity stood out. It looked like a team that had been in a lot of big games, and to get 79 points, I mean, just about 80 when Knecht goes for two points. And I also don't think you should discount the factor that the intensity. I mean, that was a pretty high level game, and two teams going at it in a mausoleum of an arena. I mean, this is one where you had to bring your own juice for sure. I mean, it was not an electric environment. And I thought Tennessee did a nice job of that, which I think is another reflection of having so many veterans.
Yep. And the veterans come to the forefront tonight for Tennessee, and Tennessee gets the win in San Antonio, Texas over NC State tonight by a score of 79-70. That's going to do it for this edition of the Exterior Home Solutions Fast Break. He is Rob Lewis. I'm Brent Hubbs. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.